Hi, it's Karen with Sacred Quilt, and I'm here today at the Silver State Stitch Shop talking with Jessica, the owner, about a special program that she has coming up. Hi, Jessica. How are
Hi,
you?
nice to see you.
Good to see you. Can you tell me about the program, what it's called, what it does?
Perfect. So, Wrapped in Gratitude was something that I was inspired to do. I've participated in a event that happens every Veterans Day in November. I had the blessing to be able to participate in it through my mom's company before she retired. And since she retired, she still participates in it. Basically, it brings wounded warriors or veterans from the East Coast, all over the country actually, to Las Vegas for an all expense paid event. And one of the events that they get to participate in during that all expense paid weekend is a trip to see Hoover Dam. And so for years, we've brought our personal quilts out to spread out for the veterans to sit on, eat lunch on. And last year it occurred to me, hey, we have a quilt shop. We could make a gift for them and give them directly a thank you gift, which would be a quilt. So came up with a name. It's Wrapped in Gratitude. We've been abbreviating it to WIG because that's easier to say. So the goal is to make sure that all the veterans who attend the event have the opportunity to choose a quilt of their own. So
That's
to say
wild.
thank you.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how many people, how many veterans do you normally get?
Usually between 100 and 200. Some years it's just under 100. Some years it's closer to the 200 mark. And it just depends. I know that they send out a certain number of invitations every year. And they have the opportunity to participate in this event one time, but not everybody takes the invitation the very first time. So some people have been invited several years in a row before they come just due to life circumstances. So it just depends on the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your mother's business that she did this?
She worked her entire career for American Airlines, and they are gracious enough to sponsor an entire airplane full of the veterans to fly from Bethesda, Maryland, to bring them from the Walter Reed Hospital area to bring the veteran and a companion get to come on the trip, and it's just a whole plane full of them that show up that weekend. It's a really cool event. They usher them in. The plane gets, saluted by all the fire trucks at the airport. They get a police escort from the airport to the hotel that they stay at. Currently, they go to Mandalay Bay, I think. When I first started volunteering with that group, it was through the Mirage, which is no longer there. But yeah, they take them to see shows like the Blue Man Group and some of the Cirque shows. They treat them to dinner, meals, all that kind of stuff. And then they have the opportunity, obviously free time and stuff, but one of the excursions that they can opt to go on is the trip to the dam. And after about 10 years of going to the dam and the foundation paying for tickets, my mom finally got it coordinated so that those were donated tours to the veterans, because we feel like it's a sign of gratitude. So we can say thank you. You've done your duty. We shouldn't be charging you to go see a national,
Yes.
government monument,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
So that was really cool. And then a local lunch spot, if you've ever been to Southwest Diner here in town, they cater the event every single year, completely free, have always done that, just refuse to take money, and they give lunch with no problem. I mean, it's delicious, obviously, but they take very seriously saying thank you to our men and women in the armed forces, as well as our local police and firefighters. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So if a quilter makes a quilt for this event, well, first of all, you've offered 2 long arm quilts.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of those have you gotten
So far, I think we're in the realm of like 20 have come in to be quilted. We've gotten quite a few more that are already quilted. And I know I have several people who have sent messages saying, oh, I'm working on 2 or I'm working on 1. And they'll have it to me closer to like the August deadline.
Yes.
The deadline for quilting for me is August 1st, so that I can make sure that I have everything quilted and back to them so they can bind it in time for the drop-off deadline, which is October 1st.
Okay.
We just want to have all our ducks in a row so we count all the quilts by the time we get to the November weekend.
Yeah. In case you need a few more.
Yeah, you never know. We can slap together a couple in a couple of weeks, So, we'll have a head start at least. I don't want to be coming up on Veterans Day weekend and find out, oh no, we're short 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a harder number to come up with.
Yes. Yeah. Well, then you start digging in your closet.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be starting to find our own quilts to be donating at that point.
I never liked this one.
Yeah,
here.
I don't use this one that often. Here you go. So yeah.
Exactly.
And we've had a question a lot about whether or not they have to bring batting. They don't have to bring batting. If they don't have batting, we have batting for sale, and it's reasonably priced, and it's obviously cut to fit closer to the size. You're not buying like a king size piece of batting to fit a smaller throw.
Have you lived in Boulder City your whole life?
I moved here when I was 13, and yesterday was my birthday. I turned 44, so 31 years. 31 years. I can't do math. So most of my life, my mom working for the airlines meant that if there was a change in whatever airport we were at, we would just transfer to another airport kind of thing. So if her position was not as great at that airport, we would look at another airport to move to. We lived in Los Angeles and in North Carolina and Raleigh, and then ended up here in the 90s, and basically finished school here and have lived here the most of any state.
The longest.
And yeah.
But she must have liked that Las Vegas hub.
Yes. Yeah. Well, what she liked the most was Boulder City specifically.
Okay.
Both my parents grew up in Chicago, and always when we were little in Los Angeles decided they wanted to move someplace more rural. So we moved to North Carolina, then just changing stuff within the company. We had to transfer from there, and so we lucked out and found Boulder City because a friend of hers who worked in Los Angeles with her lived here but commuted to McCarran at the time. And so she said to my dad, if we can live out there, I don't mind driving the half hour, and made it worth it. So it was really great. It was a huge blessing to be able to grow up in a small community. It just feels like as a kid you don't appreciate that, but as an adult, as soon as my husband and I were looking at having children, instantly we're like, we should move back out there, because we lived in Las Vegas at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, we love it out here.
Yeah. It just seems like the quintessential small town.
It really is.
Okay.
You know everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you, which is a great thing as an adult. Again, as a teenager, you're less appreciative of that aspect, but having all the amazing opportunities that you have to participate in so many amazing events and activities growing up as a kid, and then it's just so great growing up now with a child and getting to see her, experiencing all that stuff.
Well, I do think if you're a quilt shop, they will come.
Yes, that's true. I have traveled a lot with my husband for work. He's a salesman, so he travels a lot. And before we had a child, we would travel together. And it was always, okay, well, you got to go to that factory for work. And I know there's an hour away is another stop we could make on the way back for a quilt shop or two. You figure it out pretty quickly. And if you're married to or with a quilter, you figure out that that's going to be part of your journey as well.
Yeah.
So.
And how long has the shop been open?
We've been open. We just celebrated our second birthday in May. This is our first technical birthday at this location because we moved in May of last year to this new location.
Okay.
So just we get a lot more foot traffic, just people seeing it and then coming in. So that's really nice. We love our new location. It's great.
And what industry did you work in before you opened the quilt shop?
I worked for 15 years as a medical assistant for orthopedic surgeons. So basically like a medical secretary, running clinic and scheduling surgeries, that sort of thing, which I love medical stuff. It's very interesting to me. When we were planning to have our child, I want to enjoy being a mom and really take advantage of all that. So I spent 4 years at home with just being a stay-at-home mom, which was an excellent experience. But I could also see the writing on the wall. She was getting more, social and wanting to go to summer camp, and she was going to be going to school and stuff like that. And I was like, well, what am I going to do?
I belong to 3 guilds in Las Vegas, and all of them are abuzz about this project.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
You got the word out.
Yeah.
And I first heard about it at Las Vegas Quilt Guild, and then DQN jumped on, and the Modern Guild is all about it.
Yeah.
And started making blocks and putting things together. So everybody's working on it. I know last week somebody made the quilt and quilted it, and I took it and put the binding on
Oh,
it.
beautiful. Yeah.
We did not put a label on it
Yeah.
yet. I
Yeah.
don't know if you have a generic one you want on there.
I'm going to have to work on something because people have asked, like, what do you want it to say on there?
Yeah.
I mean, I just want it to be, if it's possible, to have it be like something heartfelt, a note of thanks. It doesn't have to be long and wordy.
Yeah.
Just, like, my name is,
Yes.
and I want to say thank you for the service you gave our country. Keep it short and sweet. Just put a date on it so that we know, like, what year it was gifted to them or made. Very short and sweet. We're on track, I think, to have a really successful first year, and then we'll take what we learned from this year and kind of apply it to the next year and go from there.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
yeah.
I think you're going to have a great turnout.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe have some
excited.
to hold for next year.
Yeah,
the way people are working on things.
Yeah. One little plug thing. We are getting ready at the same time in November for our first ever cactus crawl, which is going to be, it's like a shop hop, but for this first year, we're only doing 4 shops. It's a tester year. We're going to see how it goes, see how everybody's response is to it, because we haven't had a shop hop in the Valley in maybe 10, 15 years. It's been a long time. But growing up as a quilter here in town, that was one of my favorite times of year, especially living way out here in Boulder City. You don't get the opportunity to go on a regular basis to the quilt shops that are far away from you.
Yeah.
And it's not that big of a valley, but it's a fun way to get together with your quilting friends or make new quilting friends. And it's kind of like a game to get to all the places, to get to qualify for the prizes. We're going to have 4 grand prize baskets instead of like first, second, third, fourth. They'll all be of equal value. They're going to be really full of amazing, amazing stuff from each of the shops. And if you complete it, you still get a deal where you'll get a special sticker that says you completed the cactus crawl. And in January of next year, you can bring it into any of the shops as many times as you like for a discount on product. I think it's 10% off your purchase, but it's just a fun way to get back into the shops after the holidays, because we're also tired of making Christmas presents at that point.
What are the dates of that?
November 6th and 7th.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 2-day one. It's only 4 shops, so you have plenty of time to get to all 4 shops.
Which 4?
It's our shop, obviously, Quiltique, which is the next closest shop to us, Orchid Owl, and Christmas Goose.
Okay.
So as we see how this year goes again, we will improve on that, and maybe hopefully be able to add in a couple more shops next year and build on that. So
last week's episode, so two ago, it was about creating your own shop hop in Las Vegas. So I kind of reviewed all of them, including yours. And ended with Boulder City and why people need to come down here.
Well, we appreciate that. It is a good ending spot, I think, because you have a lot of little things that you can do afterwards and go have great food. We have amazing eateries right within walking distance of the shop, which is one of the best parts about being in the spot.
Well, you have diners. We're from New Jersey, so we love a diner, and there really aren't that many.
I mean, there really aren't. That's true. I mean, especially my favorite, obviously being Southwest Diner, the pie is where it's at. I've told many people that if you come to town and you have time, even if you don't have room for pie, get a pie to take home because it's worth it. It's very good. We love them. They actually cater usually 1 or 2 meals at any of the retreats that we host here in town. So we like to use all of our local companies to help with any of our events that we host. So
Okay, well, there you have it. Las Vegas is about veterans in a big way. So, and this summarizes it. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.